And the stage is set. We're doing this series. You see our roadblock here. This is our last week with it. And we have the roadblock up because we believe, as you know, I hope you would see this too, as we interact with people about our faith and what we believe about Jesus, that where we stand and where they stand certainly is two different places, but a lot of times they have roadblocks, kind of obstacles, keeping them from, believing Jesus is who he said he is, believing that the Bible is God's word, believing that there is a God at all. And so we've been dealing with those questions over the last few weeks, and this morning we're going to deal with a lot of questions that people have about the faith. And the first one for me this morning is how do you respond to tough questions that people have about the faith that you don't know the answer to? And so that's my first question. How should I respond to tough questions that we don't have the answer for? And I would say, first of all, the way we respond to these questions is hopefully really graciously. You know, as we're interacting with folks, that we don't see that we're in any way in a battle with them, that we don't perceive them as the enemy, but that we are gracious in how we're interacting with our neighbors and our coworkers and everything else, and that we're also answering not just graciously, but that we're answering prayerfully. You know, that we're praying that God would give us wisdom, that we would speak as he wants us to speak, that he would bring things to memory that we have studied or read or know, that he would fill our mind with truth, and that we're praying for them also, that God would draw them to the truth and would help them see their need for Jesus. You know, that we would, in the midst of that, you know, if we're answering graciously and we're answering prayerfully, I think a great thing to say when you are asked a question that you don't know the answer to is say, you know what, I don't know. And I think that's okay to say. I mean, you're not like any of us. We're not like the treasure trove of all biblical wisdom and philosophical, theological, scientific wisdom. I think it's okay for us to say, man, that is a really good question. I haven't ever even thought of that. I don't have the answer to that right now, but you know what? I believe that there is one. And so if you'll give me some time, I'll go and I'll talk with my pastor. I'll do some research and I'll come back and maybe we can meet on Wednesday and we can discuss it. Is that cool? And then you meet with them on Wednesday. You follow up and you give them an answer, understanding, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, that sometimes our answers will be satisfactory, but they won't be satisfying. You know, you can give a right answer. You can give a satisfactory answer like, wow, man, you're really thinking. I mean, you know, some of the answers that Sean is going to give this morning are just excellent. I mean, he's really thinking, that's a great answer. I never thought about it that way. I can get my mind around that. I can see the logic behind that, but I don't care. I mean, I know it's true, but I don't care because I want to live how I want to live. You know, the God that you're describing still, I feel like I'm in a straitjacket, and so I don't want that. And so you can have a satisfactory answer, but not a satisfying answer. And that's why you answer prayerfully.